Welcome to our program on Kardec Radio.
Hello, guys. Welcome. And we already have Kaká is here with us already. So thank you, Kaká. Thank you, our friends from Ireland. Thank our friends from UK, from Portugal, from Poland. It's a pleasure to be here, and also thank you, our friends from America. So I know it's mid of day for you guys, but thank you very much for being here with us today. So today we do have Neide with us, and if the internet allows us.
Yes, that's good to remind you there.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about the law of equality. Okay, so law of equality is part of the Spirit's book, and we will divide this law of equality in two parts. Today, part 1. Next Tuesday, we go to the part 2. Okay, because we want to make it clear everything is running smoothly for everyone. So thank you, our dear friend Elsa is with us in UK.
Elsa, miss you. Big hug for you, my friend. Hope that we can meet soon.
Yeah, so let's move on. Yeah, as I say, it is mode that we need to learn. Yeah, this is the learning time. This is the learning times. And she said a hug to you, Neide.
Oh, thank you, my dear.
Okay, so let's start. Let's go to our discussion today. And since you have internet, can you do the initial prayer, Neide?
Yeah, because now it's working good. We don't know later.
That's why I'm asking you.
It's better guaranteed. Right. Let's take a deep breath. Let's raise our thoughts to Jesus, to the good spirits. First, say thanks for the mentors, the guides of Spiritual Society of Ireland, to be here with us, to guide us through this discussion tonight. That we can open our heart and our mind to receive these teachings that you be for us to understand better the challenge of life here in Earth. That we all can enjoy these moments full of joy and with a lot of good teachings. Let God be with us. So be it. Yeah.
Okay. So I don't need to remind you. Please write your question on the comment in the comment box, because we need to know your opinion and your comments in order to trigger the discussion. Otherwise, it's going to be something boring here, just me and it talking and do not have any interaction with you guys. So please share your thoughts, ask your questions, and we will answer them accordingly, or at least give our viewpoint. As I always say, as here, we are not in a position to teach to nothing to anybody. We are in a position to share our understanding, and it's up to you to agree or disagree with our thoughts here. Okay, so the law of equality. The law of equality starts on question 8 803 in the Spirit's book. Okay? And when we talk about equality, and then we come to have your first question from Elsa. Are all men equal before God? Great. Yeah, we try to answer that, Elsa. Yes. 1 second, my secretary just arrived. Today I have a secretary here. She's with me. Say hello.
Hello.
Yeah, my secretary is with me today. Okay, things coming rolling here. So I need some assistance.
Special guest today.
Yeah.
Not too special.
Yeah, you're very special. And if you stay quiet, you can do the final prayer, okay? Okay, good. Okay, I just found someone to do the final prayer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Dawn is asking here, how old my secretary? How old are you?
7, and I'm gonna be 8 in the 3rd.
In May. Okay. Yeah, 7 years old.
Good.
Yeah. Okay. So in question 803, we start to talk about the law of equality. And the first question come up to our mind is exactly what Elsa said here. Are men equal before God? Why we do have this differentiation between us? You know, why someone born in a poverty, other born in a rich family? Why someone suffering more? Why someone suffering less? Why don't suffering at all? So all these equality questions come up to our mind, and I would start. Let me open here my Spirit's book. Let me check the question. When we talk about if we are equal before God, we need to refer to question 116 of the Spirit's book. What question 116 says? We will always stay in a lower level. That's the question. Okay? And we need to understand we were created simple and ignorant. We needed to forget this heteronomoral in which we say, okay, we are higher, and then we commit our sins, our problems, and then as a punishment, we are sent down to suffer, to go to trials in order to recover our conscience. This is very clear stated in the question 133 of the Spirit's book. Why we need to incarnate. Why we need to reincarnate. Because we need to evolve. We were created simple and ignorant at the same level, and if we're created the same level, we do have the same value or the same position or the same what's the word, or the same importance to God's eyes. We are the same. We have the same thing. Okay? And then you can ask, or Neide can ask me, so if we are the same towards God, why we have all this differentiation, all this let's say, inequality, you know? And then we go to question 115 of the Spirit's book, which Kardec asked, why we do have bad spirits and good spirits. And the spirits again say, oh, everyone were created simple and ignorant, okay? But we have chosen different paths. We have making different decisions. Okay? Okay? We have different decisions. And these different decisions, it is the original sin. Okay? So, then let's see what Neide have to say, because I'll go to my part 3 of what I have prepared here today. So,
That's good. Yes, this is on the question to 803 that you mentioned. They say that the sun shines for everyone. And like I say, on the God laws, we are equal, right? And that's this is today, because I try to understand more on these days how it's work and why Elsa mentioned here why there is so much inequality in the world. Because before I used to think that something was wrong with the world, or God was unjust, because when you look at some example in our society, in our world, when there is so rich people, with so much, and poor people with less, or people that is very intelligent and people that is not so much, or so much difference between the humankind, and I couldn't not understand that before, because for me doesn't this thing doesn't make sense, when I try to look to this and see why this happened, why life is so good for some people, why life is so unjust for other people, why we have so much suffer in some parts of the world, and so much wealth in the other part of the world, and if we stop to analyze the history, of the humankind, was always like that. Always some people has more and other has less, and according with when we evolve, the world evolved. Some people become more wealthy, others become more poor, and always we have this difference between humans. And if we have this, right, since the beginning of the world, the beginning of the life in this planet, must be a reason, yeah. And when I came to these questions of the Spirit's book, for me was like, wow, finally I got the answer for all these questions that I have, because they explain in a way that makes sense for me. And I hope that will make sense for you as well, guys, because yeah, I think it's important for us to understand, especially for us that we believe in afterlife, we believe in reincarnation, we believe that we are in this planet to evolve, that we have a purpose here in Earth. Then when we go through these studies, the things become more clear. Like I cannot say that I understand everything, of course. I still some question that I I think we all have, but I think it's important for us because it shows to us some enlightenment, some things that start to make sense, and maybe one day I will have all my answers, all my questions answered, but at least we can start for this part.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's important to to reinforce that we all start from the same point, okay? And we deviate. And then you say, hey, Stevan, but how I deviate? When we deviate, when we do something against the divine law or the law of nature. When we are not in accordance, when we are not in tune with this law, then becomes the deviation, the sufferings. Okay? So, the question is, why I have this problem? Why I need to deviate? Remember, you're back. 1 second, because So we need to understand. You may ask yourself, oh, I look to do everything is possible. I look to do everything right. I have my choices, and I'm still suffering. Okay? So, what I have to say to you is, we need to understand we do have the free will. Okay? And the free will always will make us progress or will make us going backwards. So free will has the ability to push us forward or backward. That's the free will. Okay? And I needed to tell you our free will is limited. That's the good news today. Our free will is limited. Even though you exercise your free will in a very good manner, in a very good attitude, you follow St. Augustine advices, you review your actions every day, you ask for apologies, you try to do something different every day, you try to analyze if you're harming someone, but I'm still suffering. I'm still have problems. And then we need a question, and why I have this support? I have this support on question 122 of the Spirit's book, when the Spirit says, the free will grow as your conscience grow. Okay? Your free will grow as your conscience grow. This is very tricky and very important to understand. I'll give you an example. Let's say decisions you have made in the past. I'm not talking about here regret about the decision. I'm just saying, wow, if I have the experience I do have right now, perhaps I would take the left side of the road instead of taking the right side of the road. This is what I'm talking about. Okay? And the answer is in your question, because with the experience I do have today, I would make something different. And this is not the final answer, because perhaps in another 10 years' time, when you evaluate that decision, you say, no, I haven't to change that pathway. I should keep it the same way. Because we do have the free will. We can choose, but we choose the free will based on what we live it, we do have a short view of life. We do have a short view of our incarnation. Okay, some people do have some memories, and they are able to remind what they lived in past lives. Some has the gift to understand why they are passing through some trials. So everyone is according to merit, and this merit is based in virtues. That's why we are different from each other. We are not all in the same level of evolution. We are now, but this, guys, is not a discriminalization. I'm just saying some are more evolved or less evolved because perhaps I'm here for, I don't know, this is my 1 million incarnation, and perhaps Neide is 1.5 incarnation. So supposedly she lived 500,000 incarnations more than me. So consequently, she has more tools to make a decision. But this is not saying she is more evolved than me or I am more evolved than her. It means that she has more experience than me and the other way around. This is the basement. This is the base of all the understanding we need to focus in this part 1 today. Okay? As I said, we will have the part 2 in the following Tuesday. But this in part 1, we need to understand this very clear. We need to focus we need to focus in our learning that we need to follow. We need to live every day. Does it make sense, Neide?
Okay, let's see if I follow your line here. You said that we are created equal, or we are I forgot the word now. Simple ignorance.
Equal and ignorant.
Yeah, exactly. Simple and ignorant. So this means we all came from the same source. Like we all were created the same.
Everyone started from the same starting point.
Yes, exactly, the same starting point. So I imagine like a race, and we all were living from the same point, but to get to the finish line, right, will depend which ways I will choose during the percourse, let's say. And some people can go for the right, some people can go for the left, some people can go for straight, some people can go for hard one or easy one. But on the end, all the ways will lead you to the finish line, right? To the end, to the same end. But according with the way that I took, can be short or can be longer, can be harder or can be easier. That's right. Will be according with my free will, with my choices of life, that will make me go faster or
slower.
Slower. And this is one thing that for me is I could understand. It's one of the things, one of the because as you said, the other thing is I came first or I came before of someone as well. That's why this person is a little bit further than me. We can be on the same path, we chose the same ways, but this person left a little bit earlier than me, let's say. That's the second thing that I have in my mind, in my final line here. Let's say that is to try to help me to have a visual to make it easier for me to understand. I don't know if you have this. Some people use this method to analyze the situations, to understand better, let's say.
Yeah.
Yes, and then it's like I said, that's why we have so difference of intellectual inequality, let's say, right? And explain why you choose better than me, why you can, because we have more experience of me, of course, or because it's like a lifetime that we have here in one incarnation when you are older, so you are able to take decisions that I'm not able yet. That makes sense, you know. But one thing that is comfortable for me to hear is when they say that we all get there because we have the same finish line. Because when you mentioned the question when the spirit said that if you will all, I think it's 116, that say, yeah, if you will remain in the, like say, in the lower stage
Lower
or
level, lower zone.
ignorant forever. No, they say no, not. We all, they make it very clear when they say that we all eventually become perfect. So this is very enlightening,
Yeah,
like give me hope.
just rephrase like ignorant. It means lack of knowledge.
Yes, exactly. It's
It's not
important
an
to say exactly.
offensive thing. Ignorant is a
No, no.
person who does not have knowledge. Like I am ignorant in order how to fly a plane. I have no clue how to do this. So in these terms, I'm ignorant. Okay. But if I study, if I go to school, if I learn, blah, 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 I one day will be able to fly a plane.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Exactly. And so this is something that I really like when they say this, and is that they say they change the course times no matter how long the process may take. So doesn't matter how long it takes. Like I said, depend of the way that we're gonna get according with our decision. Can be short, can be longer. And they continue to say, as we have already explaining, a just and merciful father cannot condemn his children to eternal punishment. So if God is perfect, if his God is infinite merciful, how they could make us to be in a lower stage forever? It's like doesn't make sense. So this is they left this clear here as well.
Mm-hmm.
So this is giving us like we all have the chance to be there. Okay, I have just to learn how to choose, and thanks God, and He gave us the many possibilities through the reincarnations, and it's very comfortable that if we don't get there in this life, we have another one to continue explore, to continue learning, to continue evolve. We don't have to be like that forever, And like I said, some people get that lessons quick. Some people get slowly because of our time in this world. Like I said, some people are more evolved, not evolved that they are, but they are key first. They are more experienced. Like I said, that's explain a lot about this difference of intelligence. So we see people that came in with missions, came in with a very important challenge, important missions in Earth, this planet. They came and they, make the things happen, and we see, wow, this person is great, is very intelligent, is like wonderful, and then we admire this person. It's like for us example. These people are for us example because they are probably here older than us. They are evolved than us, so they are allowed to come here, and they are able to come here and do this, that they have these important missions. So many names we have the past in this world and left they they the lessons that we use till today,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So Even Jesus was one of them. When we see he came here to teach us how to love, how to be, good. He came here to let all these teachings for us. And he's one of these spirits. He's very evolved, in close to us. He's in a high level. And he said, I don't remember in which one, but he said that we all can get there. He came here as the biggest example that we have. So as him, after him, came other ones, not so higher as him, but left the mark, left the teaching here for us. So we have these people, and we see that, I will never be able to do what they do because they are a higher spirits, they are in another level. But this is wrong with we think like that, because we still learning, but the things that one day we will be able to do all these things, because if you continue learning, if you continue evolve, if you do efforts to make this quicker, let's say, we all will get there. And this is give me a more hope for the future. I think.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah. And on the question that say about the natural equalities as well, they say that an observation on this question that said all human beings are subjected to the same natural law. They are all born with the same weakness and subject to the same suffering. So I believe that when you see someone that suffers, say, "Oh, how can the life be so unjust for some people and so well for others?" And here they say, we all have the same chances, right? So if today I'm suffer is consequence of something, or is a trial that will make me evolve. And if I'm have in a good position in society, or I'm very wealthy, it's for a reason as well. It's because I have something, a challenge to go through with this. So we are all the same. Doesn't matter if I have more or have less, in which position I am. We are all the same, and we are having to go through all the same challenge to make us grow. And again, free will be very important again, because it will be my choice. How I go through this suffering, how I will go through this, if I have a power or money or whatever in my hand, that may make it, is how I use this. You make a lot of difference in my life. If I use in a good way, if I use in a bad way, it's the same for poverty. If I'm very poor, how are you gonna use that? How are you gonna survive that? Is the key. If I am going for a good way, or I can take the bad way anyway. So it's my choice. You always be my choice. How are you go through that challenge that I'm having? Right.
Yeah. Neide, it's important to say we do have our free will based in our conscious. Perfect. And we decide to reincarnate because we need to work some virtues. Okay? And let's say I am about to incarnate again, and I want to work my ability to not be proud. Okay? Do you think we will born in a family in which they do not have pride, they are not prideful, they gonna be in a different level as me? Or we will born in a family full of prideful people, full of imperfections, and we need to exercise ourselves to go against that flow? Based on this, Neide, do you think God forgive us or not?
That's a good question. Well, I believe in this situation, it's not God who have to forgive us. No, is we have to work on that pride. And I was just thinking, I think I can see both situations. I can see a very proud person and a family that is very positive, that's very good, and try to teach them to love, and they can success or they can fail according with the choices. And I see the other scenario with very proud people born in the same family, full of pride, full of temptation, and they can be stand out and change completely and be successful, or can they just go with the flow and fail again?
Yeah.
So, but in both cases, I think God will be like God has nothing to do with that. You'll be you and in your conscience when you realize that you fail again, or you realize that you were not able to get the task that you, because like I said, when we are in the spiritual world, I will have my next incarnation. And as I said, I'm a very proud person. I say, now I'm able to get this task. I will work my pride, and I'm sure this time I will get. So put me in the worst situation, because I'm ready for that. And then once I'm here in Earth, guess what? I discover that no, I'm not ready yet, and I'm fail again. And once and then I pass away, and I will get there. And when I realize that what I had to choose, that I thought that I was read, was a big mistake, I will regret probably. I will go for a hard time again, and maybe this will help me to choose better for the next incarnation, for sure. But yes, God is always merciful and always forgive us. But
Yeah.
we are the ones who, push us and say that we don't forgive us sometimes.
No, you're 100% correct, Nate. God don't need to forgive us. God don't forgive us, because when we are put in a position to forgive or not forgive us, we are humanizing God. And you only forgive someone if you feel offended, and He will never feel offended with us. What God does, He waits, because we need to forgive ourselves. And we choose reincarnation and virtues to work in this incarnation in order to repair and consequently forgive our attitudes or some wrongdoings we did in the past. And this come across with one question. Our dear friend here, Leah Smith. I am happy to find you speaking English for me. I believe we need each other to learn and better understand Allan's message for us. I have always wondered why bad came to me at such a young age. What was or is my lesson? Forgiveness. I will keep reading and studying. Please put up a post so I can be with you all in fellowship. Yeah, Leah, thank you very much, and welcome to the
Welcome
group.
aboard.
Yeah. It's good to have you here. We do have our lives every Tuesday and every Thursday at this time, 7:15 p.m. Dublin time. I don't know which part of the world you are now, but 7:15 p.m. And we always put our stream on YouTube and Facebook one day earlier. So in order to know, if you still have some difficulties, please let me know. Okay. So let me go back to some questions. Leah has beautiful questions here. And why bad came to me at such a young age, what was or is my lesson. Leah, if we know what is the lesson we need to learn, there is no way why we are here. Nobody knows. Okay? Nobody knows. We need to try, and sometimes we fail, sometimes we not fail, sometimes we succeed, sometimes we go more or less,
We get 50-50.
but we evolving. So the point is, and why the bad came to you. I'm not saying why the bad came to you. I'm saying is, okay, if this bad is coming to me, what lessons this bad thing is teaching me now? What I have to learn with these difficulties? What I have to learn with these bad moments? What I need to do in order to avoid this? Where I make my mistakes? All these reflections we need to make. Of course, this will not avoid you to suffer, to have some problems, or to go to some trials. No. This will not avoid it, but it will give you courage. It will give you some consolation in order to become a better person, in order to evolve better. If you born in a family, let's say, in this family impose you to exercise more, demands more from you, it means you need to learn how to overcome it. Again, let's go back to our example. If we needed to work our prideful, we need to born in a family, in an environment, forget the word family, in an environment which will make me exercise my prideful in a very, very low pace. So I needed to resist that feeling. Let's say, everybody see my size. If you put me pasta plate in front of me, and I know I don't need to eat pasta, I need to avoid not eat that pasta. I need to avoid against that temptation. And I will only avoid that temptation when I understand why is this bad for me, what is bad for my health, what's caused me, what's blah, 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 blah. Like a person who is, who have any kind of vice, like drinking problem or something like this person only will control themselves, or at the moment they realize how bad this is making your life, how bad is, so they have conscious that, okay, I need to understand I'm in control of me, and I needed to make this stop, and then you will start your recovering process. So the bottom line is, you are in the right family, in the right environment, in the right time, anywhere you are. What we need to do is make a lemonade out of all these lemons. It's up to us. Having this in mind, this lemonade, we are allowed to put a little bit of sugar and make more soft, swallow it. Or sometimes, if you do not understand, we go always pushing, we will drink this lemonade without any sugar. It's our choice. It's up to us what we need, what we see, the challenge, the problems. One sec, because my secretary Here. Okay. So it's touching my internet. Okay. So let's see what Don wrote here. God never condemns. The divine laws are for our self-evaluation when we get back to the spirit world. Yes, Don. It's not just when we get back to the spirit world, it's when we are here today as well. Because if you are reading Kardec's book, if you are studying Kardec books, this is the trigger. Will allow us to evaluate all these situations we're passing by. No. It doesn't mean you're going to solve or sort it out all the problems. No. But it means this will make this path more easy to go. Okay? Then we will study this in the law of society. We need each other to evolve. We need each other interaction. I would say, why, in this situation we are passing now, this coronavirus situation here, what people are now not obeying the rules, is breaking the rules, is all this, because everyone needs the interaction with each other. We are missing hugs, we are missing fights, on our day-to-day, we are missing the interaction, we are missing to see people. That's the root cause of all these problems we are passing by, why the numbers not coming down or is growing, because people are sick. We are almost a year at home without having a proper social interaction. And what we need to do? Social distance. And this is causing all these problems. This is causing anxiety, this is causing people committing suicide, people thinking about things they never thought before. Okay? And Don says here, and if we are not studying Kardec, how do we know the laws? Good question. You want to answer, Neide?
Why not? We have to remember what Kardec said. Not Kardec, the Spirit said, when they ask, where is writing the law of God? And then they said, in our conscience. The Spirit is born with the conscience, and this conscience contains the God's law. Doesn't matter if you are Spiritist, Buddhist, Catholic, but no, doesn't matter. Or if you don't believe in nothing. On your conscience, when you do something right and when you do something wrong, you will know it on the end, because you will realize sooner or later what you are doing was a mistake or was wrong, or if you did the right thing. I have been across a lot of people in my life, that they don't believe in nothing. They are like people that they don't believe in religion. They don't want to get connection with any spirituality thing. But when you get to know the person and you see how this person lived the life, you said, okay, you can say that you don't believe in nothing, but you're doing exactly what you have to do, because you are doing good. You are treating the people good. You are using all the laws of God without you even know it, because it's on you, and you choose to use. Maybe because that person already has passed through many other incarnations, and learning a lot of things and have a big understand, and is a big soul, let's say, and they are here for any trial or to cheat some, or doesn't matter. But this person, without contact with any kind of other source, let's say, they choose to do what is right to do, because on the end of in the conscious they know it. So if you want to look at what is the law, look inside yourself. then you find it. I think it's what you think, Stevan.
No, you completely nailed it. That's it, though. We need it's even though if you know what's the law, the divine law, the nature law, you always do something something the same way, you know, and always you got a roadblock. You always got a roadblock. You always got a roadblock. What are you gonna do? Oh, let me change the way because I don't want to have got a roadblock and you change. This is happening with when you are suffering. You are suffering and suffering and suffering and suffering. At some stage of your life, you're gonna say, "Hey, I'm doing this for many times and I'm still suffering. I will try something different today. Instead of wear blue, I will wear yellow." That's a joke, you know. So that's the two ways we will learn. Let me see here.
I try to find a quote that I have that say that. Oh.
Don't say something here. It's you're right, Don. And especially for my Brazilian friends who cannot hug everyone, that's it, Don. We are suffering a lot, my friend. Without touch, without to have that physical contact, you know? Yeah, it is.
Yes, for it's very difficult.
Yeah, and don't say to you, Nate. Yes, Nate. A good soul is a good soul, even without religion. That's it. That's it. That's it. See? And to finalize here, just to finish the idea here. Okay, we understand that we are suffering because we are in different paths of evolution. We are coming against God's law, or divine's law. Gods don't get angry with us. We don't need to push us too hard. But why still we have differentiation? Why we still have some people rich, some people poor? Why we have this social unbalance? And this is the question 806 of the Spirit books. And the answer of the spirits are very keen. Very, very keen. The social differences are not God's law or neither divine law. The social disbalance is a human law.
It's a human creation.
That's the word I use. We created this unbalanced society based on the greed, based on selfishness, based on many adjectives here. So we are responsible for that. And we are getting better. True, we are getting better. Let's go back to, let's say, medieval times. The differentiation of poor and rich, it was more more difficult. What's the word?
I said, I don't know, I can think that was huge, the distance between those who were born
and the differentiation,
those who born to be rich.
Yeah, we didn't have like the middle class, you know, or you're rich or you're poor. And poor means nothing to eat, no house, it's poor, you know? And now today we still have Broad. Thank you, Leah. That's the word. Yeah, that's the word. Thank you very much, Leah. Yeah, in the medieval time, the difference was more broad because we have these. We in the medieval time we have 3 classes. Or you are monarch, or you're the clerical part, or you are the population. That's it. Okay? In which the clerical and the monarch were the rich in this story here. And today, we can see these differentiations become more narrow. It's not ideal, I know. The patience is not ideal, is not the right. We still see a lot of differences. But if we compare with the past, these differences is getting narrow, is diminishing. Perhaps not the pace we want, but it's getting better. But we impose that. We create this based in what? Our virtues, our prideful at the time. And this make us stop us on the question 806, and we go to question 81 when we talking about, we go a little bit deeper in this social inequality in the second next Tuesday.
Yeah.
And Neide, do you have anything to add here?
Not to add. I think we went through a good trip today. And it's good to see that, and it's good to remind us that I think we, especially now, and this time that we are passing through such difficult times and have to deal with so many things right now. Sometimes we forget these laws, and to review these laws now is I think is good for us, to remind us a lot of things, and to make us understand and go through this, with more courage and patience, and we will go out of this soon, you see, and it will be much better. So I think the whole society will learn and will get something from that.
Let me get.
Like I said, we have more to go through next week, so no spoilers.
Yeah, no spoilers. Let me get something. Keep talking, Neide, because I need to get the.
And I say thank you guys for being with us today, for the help, for the comments, and it's good to have new faces here as well. And
thank you, Leah, for being here with us. Okay, and just to let you know, guys, as you know, we will have our live on Thursday with Vanderlei. And after, just when we finish our live, we will have a new show here at Kardec Radio. And the name is called Spiritual Light. And it starts at 9 p.m. London time. This is a spiritual talk. Okay, we will focus on many things. And the first question we're going to address here is, do we have a soul? And this talk will be led by our friend in France, Charles Kemp, our friend Elsa Rossi from UK, our friend Nadia Girsis from Lithuania, and myself, and especially for the first episode, our dear friend Dr. Vanessa Anceloni will be with us. So I invite everyone. It's gonna roll every Thursday at 9 p.m. London time. Okay, and the first episode is do we have a soul? Okay, that's the invitation for you guys. I hope you
Characteristic.
enjoy. Yeah, I hope you enjoy. And let's go to our final prayer. Are you
Yeah,
gonna do the
just
final
want
prayer?
to
Yeah.
to
Oh, she's
agree with
smart.
Tanya, our friend Tanya Moore.
Yeah,
that
Tanya, I
make
see what Tanya wrote here. Great improvement. You are right. From 19 to 800 and 40 since 80s, I started to reverse. Still big improvement. Yes, it is, Tanya. It is. It is. If we compare with previous years, we are evolving. We are not there, and we are far to be there, but we are evolving. Okay. So, my secretary, do the final prayer. Okay?
Like I do the rules like you do.
The way you want to do the prayer. In English, not in Portuguese. Okay? So,
I already know that I couldn't say in Portuguese because you speak English in this.
yes, exactly.
I already know.
Okay, so let's do it in English, okay?
God, thank you for this day. Everybody that doesn't have any money, something, and doesn't have a home, please God protect them and protect my family, people, even those people that we don't really know, and this corona to pass. Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
Good, Stephanie.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. So, nice to have you all here. Thank our friends from America. Thank our friends from UK, from Ireland, from Brazil, from anywhere who're going to see it. Thank you very much. I'll see you all on next Thursday, 7:15, London time.
Einstein.
Okay? Thank you.
Very
Bye-bye.
good. Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.